Hello everyone, and welcome back to Halo Combat Evolved. I don't really remember how to play this game, it's been so long, but we're just gonna kind of like get into it and see what happens. I mean, shooter games are pretty... Okay, yep, that's... Oh no, here's a bad guy, we're good. Is this... No, that's not a grenade, okay. You see, I always like... For a while, I've been like... assuming every game has the same controls as Cyberpunk, because I've been playing for a while. And gotta stop that before. Okay, let's reload. What does E do? Alright. So right now, from what I remember, if you can't tell, we're on a... Oh! Sorry, sir. We were on a Covenant mothership. I don't know if it's a mothership, but it's big. So I just would assume, based on the alien... Okay, I did die. So let me see if I can figure out the controls, actually. Video, that controls, okay. So crouch behavior, I get what that is. Yeah, toggle. Oh, well, it's a shame I didn't have that on already. Mouse sensitivity, whatever, toggle, zoom. Oh, wait, what if I want to oh yeah. So open chat, push talk, gameplay. Move forward, WSAD, jump, C is crouch, fire, zoom in, Z, okay, not X. Melee is a Q, knew that. R, okay, F is throw grenade, gotcha. E is action, perfect, that's pretty normal, I think. Change weapon, yep. Switch grenades to... I mean, other than I can figure out, I did change that to toggle, right? Because that's pretty important to me. Okay. Okay, cool. Wait. Can you sprint in this game? I guess we'll never know. What was grenade? F. Okay. There's this thing I thought about with aliens, right? Which is like, what if we have an alien war, okay? And, we find out nothing happens, actually, because they, like, let's say their biologies are so different to ours, which is not a crazy idea at all, that the war is really boring. And the reason for that is because we've made all these bullets and... Oh, I went camo. Alright, what did I do for that? Okay, that's much better. We've made bullets and stuff to kill the human biological anatomy, alright? But that doesn't, like, work against the aliens, because maybe their anatomy, like, bullets, like, dog, what's a bullet gonna do, you know? They're aliens and stuff. And then, at the same time, they're making these, like, frap rays to try and kill us. They don't do anything to a human, but, you know, they really mess up an alien. And then we just wouldn't have a war. That's a very optimistic mindset. Kind of like Hank Green's little idea about space. I'm not a big fan of Hank Green. Like, obviously, you know, I like, after everything's happened with him recently and all, you know, like, I'm super supportive, want the best for the guy, you know. Like, I don't ever want to, you know, I'm not trying to start beef. But I do feel like he's kind of, with him, especially his brother, John, is a problem. John Green, but just the arrogance I don't mess with. Like, they talk like they're the gods of science. Specifically, Hank does that. John talks like he's the god of morality, but Hank likes to talk like he's kind of the god of science, even though he gets stuff wrong sometimes. And I feel like if you are going to try and treat yourself like you should be special, or you think you're better than other people, you kind of can't do that. But I don't know, that was kind of out of pocket. I actually feel like I shouldn't have even brought that up. You know, I'm sure they're great guys in person. That's the thing. I do kind of feel passionate about this, is it's like with the internet and stuff, people will like think they dislike someone, even though they never have, like, haven't even met them. And that made sense before. Like, for instance, let's say it's the 40s. Someone could say something like, oh, like, what are you saying about, like, Hitler? You never even met the guy. You don't know anything. But it's like, yeah, you kind of do, because you've seen him on the news, and that guy's, like, evil. Like not even just a little evil, like as evil as it gets, kind of. you know, and like you know that, like you can't pretend that it's like an alien concept. But like with the internet, you know, you can get bad vibes from someone, but like so many people are kind of cringe on the internet, you know. Oh, I think I like this gun better. Yeah, yeah, I definitely did. So many people are like kind of cringe on the internet, you know, and it's like normal almost.
We could use the side passages to find a way around.
Yes, ma'am.
Ducks in that narrow space. You can hold this position if you can find a way around and open the door from the other side.
Okay, I'll do that.
Let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
But like, I think that's very odd, like, you know, because if so many people are really cringe on the internet, and I definitely feel something akin to like anger at people for being cringe, which is that's a part of human psychology that I actually do find kind of interesting. Like, you know, it's very there's this desire I think humans have to like, you know, force out of society people who um exhibit traits that we find or see as damaging. Also, it's gonna sound stupid, but the green doors open, the red doors don't. Just figure that out. It's good game design. Good job, A24, whoever did this. Actually, I don't think they did. This would have just been Bungie, I think, at the time. Um, Bungie's kind of fall off as a shame because you know everyone I think was gaming wise was kind of rooting for them after how they you know left Halo because they wanted to be better basically. Everyone respects that with like games and stuff because you know so much of like games in the game industry is just terrible. And like when someone tries to prioritize art or making something good, making something worth making over money, you know, greed, stability, all those kinds of things that the game industry kind of prioritizes over making a good video game. People respect that, which I think is cool. Let's see, let's do this. Let's see what this guy does. Oh, has a light on it? Oh, well, they all do, but. Oh, wait, what does that do? What the heck? Oh,
That's the locked door down there. Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be safe.
ah. It hurts when you do that. And this happens over with a tab? Oh, sorry. Okay. That's crazy. I'm gonna stick with the needle launcher because it's more different than the other gun. But oh yeah, I know this.
We could use the side passages to find a way around.
And from what I understand, you cannot sprint in this game, which is a little weird to me. I shouldn't have done that. That was I'm always stamina that way. I mean, I got plenty, but yeah, definitely want that. Oh, there's a power source. Okay. Yeah, I think it was this one. It was a good way to go through. But yeah, man. What was I talking about? That I do struggle with that. That's one of the things I want to do with this channel is to get better at like talking while I like multitask talking and gaming at the same time. 'Cause I think it's just a useful skill that this kind of thing can build. That this kind of thing can build, so I do want to get better at that. Um, but yeah, what I kind of wanted to talk about in this video, and what's probably going to be the title of where I'm trying to go with these things. You know, by the way, sorry for it's been a while, making these. But one thing I wanted to kind of change is I want to like have something worthwhile to talk about, in all of these videos instead of just like you know what I feel like I typically talk about, which is a whole lot of nothing. Well, let's just talk about Bungie with like the art and stuff that you know prioritizing things. It is a shame they'll fall off how they kind of Halo now doesn't seem to be you know anything all that good. And obviously Halo because they had to make the whole team for it and whatnot. But more than just that, to the uh-oh, dang, I'm low on health. Need to get some health packs. Okay.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
I should.
Wait, that's the locked door down there. Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Did I get him? I think I got him. Oh, I can get him. Okay. Also, can I like quick save or something? Because that'd be super useful. Did I get him? Is he dead? Sincerely hope so. Oh, I hate that guy.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open this door. Wait, that's the locked door down there. Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Okay, let's regain a little shield here. I am actually like coward maxing right now. Ooh, someone like start using that. That was sick that I said that. Coward maxing. I like that. It's gonna be the new thing. I can feel it. Not like people are gonna try to coward max. I'm talking about like people are gonna refer to that like when they, as a bad trait exhibited in others, that they're gonna point out like, oh, you're coward maxing. Like when people say maxing now, you know, it's this interesting thing because it doesn't say anything linguistically useful or different. It just, you're saying, you could just say, like if you're saying, like when people will say like, oh, you're filth maxing right now, you know, they could just say you are dirty, you're being dirty. You don't have to say, like saying filth maxing linguistically provides nothing useful to what you're saying, but people say it anyway, just as like a cultural thing, which is super interesting that we like do that and stuff. I do also find it interesting how it seems like video games, despite like not being a physical endeavor, it seems like some people are just naturally better at them than others. Which is odd, because I mean, you understand that some people's legs are longer, they can jump higher, you know, so they can be better at basketball. You know, other things like that. Okay. Whew, yeah. Let me go see if I can find like a health pack out here somewhere, because this is getting rough. Is there not like a nice, easy... Where's the spot? That's what I'm after. Screw it. Alright, let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. Is that the guy? Who is this guy? Oh no, it's just a blue guy. Never mind. It's no thing. Alright. So I'm gonna hide under here. Gain that shield back. Reload my plasma blaster. Actually, this is bullet casing, so I don't think this is any kind of plasma blaster. Oh yeah, it's so much darker though. That's could be the issue.
Let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
I like the way this looks, but it is much darker. I think we're gonna go with this for the most part. But what I wanted to talk about is something, it's a growing thing I've realized that people have been doing
That's the locked door
within
down
my
there.
culture, which is
Marines are waiting
Generation
on the other
Z,
side.
my
The
people.
controls to open it must be
Um,
somewhere in this room.
And the thing I hate that everyone says, like, Gen Z's cooked. You know, like, let's be honest, guys, Gen Z's cooked. Like, they'll say that crap. And it's not a thing that I'm against the word cooked, particularly. That's not what this is about. It's more just this overarching belief that our generation, Gen Z, is, like, in some way damaged in, like, a deep way beyond repair. Do I just need to Yeah, let's go last. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna like. I see it. Oh yeah, I'm okay. I got a lot of ammo, but still. Or is it, it's not filth maxing, is it? It was rot maxing, is what people talk about.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open
But
this door.
the thing I don't like that people are doing is they'll be like, well, with the whole Jinzi's cook thing.
That's the locked
It's
door
this
down
just, it's not even just negativity, because I don't even think negativity is necessarily 100% bad, because, I think maybe it is. It's more that realism is often mistaken for negativity. And I do think the problem with negativity a lot of times is people use it as license to give up, which I don't think you should ever do. I think that is overarchingly bad. But it's like the whole thing is like, how long has Gen Z been around? How many years has it been? It's like 1995 or something like that. I mean, even then, anyone born in the 90s is like considered the older generation at this point, just because that seems so long ago. Someone who's lived their whole life not in the 90s. Millennials they all whine about that stuff too. But you have to understand. I think when people don't let stuff get to them, they're just not just objectively better people, but their lives are of a higher quality, almost objectively, if you can find a way to not let stuff get to you. Like for a personal example that I'm going to give as little details about as possible. There's a guy who I shared a space with, I'll just be honest, it's school. Alright, and there's this one guy, and he would do stuff to get on people's nerves. And because of that, people hated this guy. Like, the stuff he'd do, I'll give you an example. We had this one teacher, she was pretty cool, but she was very short, had red hair, and he made a couple leprechaun jokes. He it was St. Patrick's Day, and he'd be like, "Oh, is this your day?" Because of the leprechaun thing. They were really funny. He is a funny guy, but that wasn't not his best material, I wouldn't say. But
Chief,
it was that tier of bad. It wasn't something crazy, deeply hateful or sexist or racist or something. It was that kind of thing. And to be fair, he did some more wild stuff than that, but that was the average stuff, and that was what made people mad. It's just people have this everyone has this entitled idea that everyone has to obey and kind of not disrupt what they want. They want to get through life and do whatever. And if people disrupt that in any way or make them feel bad about themselves just a little bit, they flip out. And I think that is not good. Specifically because it's, it kind of harms individuality in a lot of ways, but also too, it's there's this study they did on trees where they put trees in perfect conditions. They didn't grow, even though they had all the water, no wind, perfect amount of sunlight, no more than they needed, all that stuff. They couldn't withstand without the pressure being put on them. They needed that, they needed to be tested somehow. And I think that's one of those studies that's super important because, it has implications into life. That's just true. Everyone needs some kind of struggle, otherwise there's no point. You're not as strong in a way. Alright, this guy needs to die. This is actually not even that fun anymore. It's getting on my nerves. Gotta Run out of stupid. I'm already out of grenades. I'll use my other gun. These guys. See, it's like, yeah, let me start getting at me too. Can't forget about you though, can I? Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna die in a second. Alright. I gotta actually hide. Alright, here we go. I need to pick these dudes off. Okay, got him. Is there something like their shields are better or worse against a certain type of round, or like I gotta use alien guns against certain guys and bullet guns against other guys? I don't know how that works. I'm a little new to Halo. You know, well, it's not new. I've been playing it for a while. I just haven't, in the times I've played it, I haven't really been playing it, if that makes sense. Like, y'all have seen as much as I have played this entire franchise. Like, all of the, every minute of me playing the game Halo is viewable on this exact channel. Did he at least leave like a cool gun or something? No, he did not. Same gun these things drop. Wait, am I actually out of bullet? Oh no, okay. Alright, well, I think the best course of action then is to exchange it for one of these. Which sucks, because I hate these guns, but, yeah, no bullets in that thing, so. Is there a difference, or are they the same gun? Plasma pistol, okay. Not very great hip fire on this thing, though. Ooh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, okay, so the Needler does not seem to be good against the shield enemies. I picked up on that. The game taught me that. Good job, game. You designed that part good. But I'm not dealing with you right now, man. No way, no freaking shot. I'm not dealing with this thing again, man. Oh, I killed him. Okay, that's. You're at. Oh, man, that's gonna be a problem.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
Nah, screw it. I'm actually
That's
done.
the locked door down there.
Oh,
The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
oh, I could have done that the entire time. That's interesting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. That might change my strategy slightly on how I approach this. I think dump an entire magazine is step
See if we
one.
can find a way to open this door.
And then see if I can needler those guys. Just a little bit. And then...
Wait, that's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other
Can I
side.
get into these tanks? Because that would make this way more fun if I could. Problem is I don't know what the control panel looks like. There's blood. They're not complete cowards.
Let's see if we can find a way to open this door. Wait, that's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
So here's the new plan. We're going to approach this differently than we did last time. I'm going to kill him. Kill kill these guys.
See if we can find a way to open this door. Wait. That's
See what
the
I can
locked
do
door
about the
down
guys on the ground.
there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Maybe I do need to do that. Like, no, because, yeah, see, okay. How are they able to kill me? Not how are they able to kill me, more who is killing me.
Wait. That's the locked door down there. The Marines are
Where are
waiting.
they killing me from?
The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Yeah, it's not enough cover. Right, see, that's not good. That's that plasma pistol round that got me. I do think there should be, games should make it so this is avoided almost completely, because it's this part of a game's runtime that would make someone quit, I think. I'm not going to, because I'm not a quitter, right, of course, but a lesser man might be compelled to quit here at this point in the game. I think you should avoid stuff like that, because you want, even when if you are actively, you want to frustrate the player in order to make them, you know, be all the more satisfied by victory, you know. You have to make defeat sting for
See if we can find a way
there to
open
be
this door.
bliss in victory, whatever.
That's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
But okay, yeah, forget about these guys. Are all, it's just littered with enemies. Like, this section genuinely is not fun. I don't enjoy this at all. So save and quit. See, that's stupid. It's all checkpoints and crap, which, whatever, I mean, right? But still.
Let's see if we can find a way to open this door. Wait, that's the locked door down there.
So there's my cover. It's, you know, we're just in a bad situation
Find a way to
here.
open this door.
Master Chief is just gonna have to get his way out of it. That coward down there shooting at me.
Wait, that's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
It's the fact that they make you fight like an absolute coward just to be able to do anything in this game. Just constantly going back, never rushing into battle. It's like nothing. They have completely removed the fun out of the combat in their game just by the situation the game has put me in. It's never your fault and stuff like these. Like, this is shoddy game design right here. The fact that this is something that can happen in your game, this is their fault, not mine. I do genuinely think. This episode is probably not enjoyable at all. I'll be honest. So I need to start talking about something interesting to salvage it. But what I was going to get to earlier with my point about, you know,
Let's see if we can find a way to open
the
this
Gen Z crap is, I think at the end of the day, you have to find a way to save yourself. You know, like there's this whole thing you always hear people talk about, which is like, no one is coming to get you, right? Like, people will say that, but at some point that's true. And people always say that for men, because there is the case that, like, societally it's undeniable that the lives of women and children are valued more than like a grown man. You know, that's just legit. It's how it is, and I don't think it's something worth whining about. There's reasons for that, but at the same time, it's like you have to realize that in your life. And I do think, like, it comes off as like isolationist or weird when people start like saying advice like, for men, this is how it is. Whereas sometimes, the stuff you might be saying just for guys, like, totally does apply to women as well. So whenever I give advice, or like, I'm in no place to give advice, to be fair. I do want to preface all this with that. Whenever I talk about this stuff, this is like applicable, I think, to both. But yeah, let me shoot these guys and ramble on a little more. That'll be super helpful to a lot of people if I ramble about nothing while this guy shoots at me. Well, I'm just out of range, but he's perfectly in range. I love that. I totally see how this game is like a classic. It's so fun. Fun experience this is. Shooting at these aliens that just don't die to all of these bullets. But like 3 plasma bursts, and I'm fried, right? And there's no health items anywhere, which it's realistic, I guess, but it's also like not fun. It's also not enjoyable at all to play this, so that's kind of the. Like, I should be taking immense pleasure in the vanquishing of my enemies right now, but I can't, because there's nothing fun about vanquishing them right now. Because that was like, they failed at their one job as game devs. Okay. Control panels in this room, right? That was the... See, this is the issue too. It's like, now I gotta. Oh my gosh, there are reinforcements and stuff happening? Yeah, there's the red door and they keep letting him in out of there. Oh my god. Okay, checkpoint. That's actually amazing. That's good. So those doors, we're in an arena fight now, boys. Get out of that turret, coward. Okay. Control panel, I think it's gonna be in one of these rooms. Because they're letting me do stuff, so I think that's it. Yep. Oh, cheeky ammo refill, that's nice. Alright, you didn't redeem yourselves quite yet, game, but this is better. I think I might have had enough of the needle shooter, though. I don't think it's very helpful. You died so quickly earlier, it's like, why are they now so impossible to kill? Earlier they really push over. Well, that one was. I don't know about all of them. Maybe he was just having a really bad day. Wasn't feeling like keeping going. Maybe it was, instead of like suicide by cop, like suicide by space marine. That guy. But all these guys, nah, my gun just doesn't work on them. It doesn't apply to them. Oh, that guy wasn't even yeah. Well, I'm an idiot. I kept shooting that guy thinking he's an old turret machine. He was not. But the good news about this area being so enemy populated, I do love how many bullets these guys can just tank to the face. I know it doesn't, like, there's the whole thing sometimes you gotta think about. People always will, like, it's like, where do you draw the line between something that makes sense realistically and something that makes sense in gameplay? In a case of, like, I really hope one of those guys I just slaughtered had a plasma pistol, because dang, wasted that. Alright. Because these guys are tough to try and kill with the needlers. Maybe you can't. Maybe it can be done though. I mean, we're gonna find out, right? Okay, got him. That's good. Just gotta get the yellow shield dude, and we're gonna be chilling. Okay, so while I think one is definitely better, I don't think it's as one note as I thought, where it's like you have to use needler on this guy, you have to use plasma pistol on this other guy. Okay, alright, it's good. That was a bad idea though, I really wasted that. But it's alright. Just gotta be... This is a spot for the needlers, because that's probably good that happened, because I was not doing too great. But I think what's very important to realize is that in a lot of situations, I always say to like save yourself. I always tell my friends like you gotta save yourself, whatever. And a big one is like these relationships people will be in, not like an actual relationship where they'll like. I'm sure this totally goes both ways, but it tends to end up being guys are like deeply in love with a girl who does not care about them. You know, for like so long. I've done that before, and I like one of my majorly regret it, because not just because it's pathetic, and it is. Like, don't like try and like be like, you know, think you're some kind of like Romeo because you're like, I was gonna say like borderline harassment. It's not always borderline harassment. Like I most guys don't get weird with it, but I do think a lot of times like people will when they are in these types of situations where they're like pining after a woman who doesn't want to be with them back, it gets really sad, and you have to say something like that to them. Like you have to make them understand how pathetic it is. Otherwise, I mean, how else, you know, they're just gonna destroy themselves over this kind of thing. You know, and I'm sure women have gotten to that kind of thing where they're like deeply in love with a guy who doesn't care about them. It's definitely less common, and it seems like there's nothing they can do about it. How I keep doing this crap. It's E. Oh, did I destroy the gun? Oh, I just gotta hold. Alright. Oh yeah, this is where there's no ammo. Oh yeah. I really gotta stop doing that though. Wasting all my grenades. Because I gotta kill this guy, so I do need the grenades really bad. This guy is gonna be a freaking problem though. Oh, you can overheat the shields basically. Well, you can also overheat my gun, but okay, that's cool. Kind of accidentally kamikazed him there, but oh, alright. Did not want to go back here. Oh, but I do think overall, instead of like so many people want to whine, like there's this one meme I really love. Typically most of like internet memes and stuff that get made are irredeemable shit. Like they're not anything that's worth looking at, and that's definitely the case of most of the time. But sometimes something really good would be made, and one of my favorites that it's not like it's definitely cringe, but it's very useful as like an illustration of a certain type of person. I'm probably gonna talk about two of those today. One of which are tonight for me right now, but one of those is what time is it? It's 12:21. It's not great. I said it's gonna go to bed 11, but I told myself I was. That's the goal. But getting better sleep is something everyone should do, as far as I was talking about like saving yourself. But I think a lot of people, there's this picture, it's a guy, he's in like a black hoodie, he's walking through a neighborhood, it's beautiful outside, right? And and there's like the quintessential, like, people pushing their kids in like a like the swing, and dad raking leaves. It's a beautiful autumn morning, and he's going through with his eyes closed, trudging through, saying, "The West has fallen." And that is so many people out there. Like, that is one of the most, should be, people probably wouldn't find it relatable, but it should be relatable to them, because real ones know that's what they're like. But to a lot of people, and that's how they live their lives, like complaining about and thinking like, oh, the West, look at what happened to the West. Andrew Tate is right, oh, I'm red pilled. The West has fallen. We need to go to. Do you know what it's like in Dubai? This beautiful country. I mean, women get paid $50,000 to have someone shit on their face, but it's a beautiful country. They've truly lived under the beautiful religion of Islam, and they're definitely following all of it. It's like, it's not. It's like Dubai is a place. It's full of degenerate filth, and it's suddenly getting kind of. People are seeing that recently, which I think is great. But you've got people marketing it as this like religious paradise when it isn't. The religion there is Islam, but most people there are not following that religion. Like that religion, flawed as it may be, does not promote the degeneracy that goes on there. And I think it's actually, like, I would feel Muslims should be more angry about the way what's happening there. Anyone, if you're a part of a religion, and something horrible is happening in the country, and people are claiming it as your religion, they're co-signing the degeneracy as like that's a bad rep. You gotta fix that. It's like, I'm a Christian, right? And you see people, sometimes you'll see Christians blatantly lying, which I want to say it doesn't happen often, but it does happen, and I think you have to like point it out, because I think a lot of people don't want to, because they feel like it's gonna make we're gonna lose people that way. It's gonna make us look weaker, but it's better to look weak and honest than to look like a strong liar. There's like, obviously there's a Machiavellian thing, but the Machiavellianism is the power grab of the world, and you have to be, for like Christians, you can't be of the world. You can't like try and fight for people in the way one would fight for political power. It's not the same. You can't act like that. That's how you lose what makes oh, whatever jackals are, I killed them. Oh, I know this gun. Yeah, it's the good gun. Oh, okay, see, this is good game like direction and crap, because I'm now glad I killed that guy, because I got his awesome gun. Oh, these are the jackals. That was an elite. Yes, they totally do speak English sometimes, don't they? He just said, he's gonna kill us all! I think. Halo is super interesting to me, just because of the way it's like, how like cartoony and cutesy it gets at times. Which, one would not expect. It's not typical from like an Alien type franchise. I think it's what makes Halo, at one point it's what made Halo Halo. It seems to have leaned away from the goofiness in order to attempt to be something it's not, and that is, you can say it had a good story. Maybe the story gets good at some point, but like they're trying to be all serious, and it's like, every other sci-fi genre is serious, man. You gotta be different. The whole Halo vibe is a constantly repeated genre of sci-fi, and there are certain times, I think, honestly, for me, like creatively, I want to do all kinds of creative stuff. Mainly directing is my end-all be-all number one thing. Man. That's pretty far back, man. It's pretty far back. Just gonna finish up what I'm gonna say and be done with this. But yeah, man, about like creatively, you gotta I think there are certain spaces where it's time you have to find a niche if you're gonna be something like sci-fi or fantasy specifically. Fantasy, it's easier. There's more good fantasy and there's more ways of making it your own. Sci-fi, it's just kind of a diluted mid-genre in my opinion in a lot of ways. Like the best sci-fi thing ever is Cyberpunk 2077. So good. They mastered it with that game. Star Wars is great too. Kind of fell off. I don't know if you've seen all that Acolyte crap. That's rough. You know, it's just a shame. It's not even like everyone's like, you know, go woke, go broke. No one cares about the wokeness. They shouldn't, at least. It's weird if you do. But the wokeness that's the problem. It's the telling a terrible story. You know? Like, even, you know, people are always like you see the Daily Wire people. And they're always talking about, you know, oh, just tell a good story. But, like, they themselves don't even do that. Everything they put out is crap. It is the politicalness, you know? And they do it too. Like, the politics are bad, but it's not just like liberal politics are bad. Republican politics are, in stories ruin them too, you know? Like, they're lame, man. No one wants to watch that weird comedy show that Daily Wire put out. And you're weird if you like it. No offense, you know, to anybody's whatever. Wait, do I have different grenades? No. I'm going to leave this light on, if it drains my battery, whatever. Just because, yeah, I think it's kind of helpful. Let's do this. I actually kind of like it for this spot. Yeah, they're speaking English. Everybody duck. But yeah, I do think, you know, you gotta, if you're a creative person, you have to find a niche, you have to do something interesting. Always make something interesting, you know? That's the only way of going forward. And I mean, I think you just can't give up and get disheartened over certain stuff. Like, I think a lot of people will see something like The Acolyte on Star Wars, or, you know, the Star Wars Acolyte thing, and they'll think, like, oh man, like, what are we gonna do? Because they get all those screenwriters were terrible, make a stupid movie. They get to do everything they want, but me, can't even make it in this Hollywood crap, bro. Oh, what am I gonna do? It's like, maybe stop whining, you know, and write a better script yourself. I think it's going to turn around at Hollywood. I think what's going to happen is at some point the studios, when the money keeps drying up, these people are stupid. You have to understand that. With like this, the people who run studios and stuff, they're actually extremely dumb. And you need, like, it's going to take them a hot minute to understand things. It always has. Like, it took them so long to realize that, like, the good movie, like, it seems to be hard for studio executives to get the good movies and make money. They always want to do, like, they never want to give good directors control. It's always this constant battle of, like, you know, we did a test screening and they're not going to like this. And they, shut up, you don't know anything. You consistently make movies that don't make a huge, like, what are you taught? You don't know anything. You know? Oh wow, there's like a big, like, size difference there. That's why. And you actually provably don't know what you're talking about. So I don't think anyone should be listening to you. You know, it's like, just give money to people who make movies that other people find good and shut up, you know? And I think things would be better that way. But what do I know? So cool. That is genuine. That's always cool. Like, I know it's a feature in like Wizard 101 did something like that because they did like a graphical overhaul of Wizard City, which great way to improve your game. Like if you've, especially if you're something like Wizard 101, where your graphics have been changing and improving for so long. Um, you have to do something like that because things just get saturated without it. Like they get what am I even doing, man? What am I looking for? There's just nothing out here. Where's the control panel that we're yapping about? Alright, come on in, boys. It probably would be easier with those guys this whole time, wouldn't it have? Huh. I'm an idiot. I really can't get in here. Well, now freaking what? Oh, right, this. Oh, okay. Are they gonna come with me? What is the mission here? Well, I don't know, man, and I genuinely don't really care at this point. So I'm just gonna leave you with the one last thing. Never, if you're ever given the choice, if you want something in life and you're given the choice between, or you have a problem you think needs to be fixed, and you have the choice between whining and taking action, always take action. Don't whine. Whatever it is you may want, and that's a rock fact. Or a little regular fact, because then there was a reference to something in a rock fact, and that I'll just say what I was referencing. I'm not gonna be weird about it. Over the garden wall, and that rock fact is something that's not true. It's the whole joke in that one, that funny, but good show. But otherwise, I actually did like the rock fact thing. It just wasn't funny. I still thought it was cool, or I guess cutesy, whatever you want to say. All right. Anyway, that's spooky. Look at that. Just look at this rotting corpse flash back and forth. And yeah, until next time, I'll see y'all later.